All right. Because this is heavy lifting, I'm going to violate my own rules. Just for a little bit, I know I'm going to die early because I'm really doing a lot of stuff I should not be doing. Like being nice to kids. Never do that. We're going to live long. So let's do number 5. Number 5, the only reason I said was not right is because we took the square root of 25. There you go. Positive and negative 5. Now, always do answers when you think the square root. Okay? I got a few people going, oh, and I got some good ones. Say what? So let's do that. Okay. Number 5. The log of 4, log base 4 of x plus 3.
That's still crazy.
And the log base 4 of x minus 3 is 2. I think yesterday we had talked about this a little bit, but we had gone a little bit off. So let's try to think about this. Remember yesterday when we did the other problems 1, 2, 3, 4. And, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we were dealing with log base 10. And we had a 1 across this way. And we wrote that as 10 to the 1. Right? So here's an easy way to view this. Whatever base I'm dealing with, if it was base 10 and I had a 1, I'm saying 10 to the 1. Right? Log of base 10 of 10 to the 1. If it is a 2 and I'm dealing with base 10, I'm looking for log of base 10 of 10 to the 2, which would be 100, right? Because what we're dealing with is this property that says log base A of A 3x is just x. Okay? So if I have these two, I have x, I want to write as log of base A, but I got to write as A 3x. So, we see that? So here's what I'm going to write 4 squared. So this side is still log base 4 of x plus 3 plus the log base 4 of x minus 3. Now this side becomes log base 4 of 4 squared. See? Log base A of A to that is still that. So there's still 2. Just from this property. We see that? Now, what is 4 squared? Say that again? 16, okay. Now we got all log base 4s everywhere now. We have everything in the same plane now. We can compare them because they all are like that. All right? What does that operation tell me to do when I'm condensing? I should multiply. So we have the log base 4 of x plus 3, x minus 3 is equals to the log base 4 of 16. Questions? So I need somebody to help me. How do I proceed from here? Well, right. If the log of this thing is equal to the log of that thing, then this thing better be equal to that thing, right? Just like we talked about the catfish profiles yesterday.
How did you get 4 squared?
Oh, so I got 4 squared because this is a 2. I need to write it as a base of 2. I mean as a base of 4, right? This is base 4, base 4. So I'm using this principle that says the log, if I have the base and the argument being the same, then the exponent is just my answer. So remember when we did log of 10 squared on the 10th, we said that was a 2, right? Because this base is a 10, so then it's just that. So if I have a 2, and I need to write as the base of 10, and I'm just saying it was 10 squared. So I have a base of 4, I need to write as 2, so I'm doing 4 squared.
So if it was 3, it would be 4 to the third.
There you go. There you go. Are we good? Okay. So now I got x plus 3 times x minus 3 is equals to 16. So I'm just dropping all the log stuff now. Right? Dropping all that pretend stuff right now. So real recognizable, right? We both had a fake profile, so while you're fronting right now, just talk about it. So let me write that out there for those who usually sit in the back, even though they're not tall and can't see the board. So now what do we do here? We got to distribute a FOIL, right? So x times x times negative 3, all right? I'm done distributing the first x. Now I got to distribute a 3. What's 3 times x? And then 3 times negative 3? Negative 9. And I still have my 16 on this side. Where you look? Thank you. Let's do that. So I got x squared is 25. How do I solve for x?
Square root.
So positive and negative 5. First, you okay, man? You sure? You look kind of out of it.
It's the kind of top.
Now all the talk is going, am I sure yet? Okay. Are we good? Questions? So those of you that got stuck mentally, are you okay now?
So we do 13.
Don't even ask. Don't look at it.
Come on, let it go.
Can we do all of them?
Let it go.
Can we do all of them?
So will we solve every single number?
Can we do all of them?
We could do, yeah.
So we solve it out like that, or just look at the problem like that?
What will it look like that? So let's look at number 6. Okay, guys. Just bring it back. So on this one, they already did the first step for us. They got everything in the log of the same base.
Yes.
So they have everything in the log of the same base. So what I have to do is just go to my next step. I have a subtraction here. When I condense it, what do I get? A division. So this is the log of x plus 1 over x is equals to the log base 8 of 4. If you like. We see the log base 8 of this thing is the same as the log base 8 of that thing. Well, this thing better be equal to that thing, otherwise it didn't start out being equal in the first place. Remember the whole U.S. Constitution thing we keep talking about over and over? Yeah, that. So we got x plus 1 over x is equals to 4. That's the equation we need to solve. Who has a suggestion?
I do. So I turn the 8 into the log of base 8. I turn the 8 into
Each question is
two
like one,
cube.
and it
And
comes
then
out.
I turn the 4
And then you solve it.
into 3 squared. For the
So then,
second side.
did you do that to this side also? Did you do is that 2 cubed These, because they don't have the same basis, where am I bothering changing A to 2Q?
Because that
Yeah,
I don't know why I did that.
yeah, you just made it harder.
Yeah.
Okay, but we can do this, right? Remember yesterday, ratios and proportion from back in the day?
Yeah.
So 4 times x, x plus 1 times x, because anything times 1 is just itself. Everybody see that? How do I solve this?
Right.
You can subtract this.
Yeah, it's pendulous in reverse, right? So what's 4x minus 1x? 3x is equal to 1. Now, we can divide. So x is questions?
Why do we subtract this?
Well, because, right, this is a positive x, right? If it doesn't have a sign in front of it, it's a plus. So we're always doing the reverse to get rid of it. If it's an addition problem, we've got to introduce subtraction to take it away. Otherwise, if we introduce an addition, we're just making it more. Does that make sense? And if it is a multiplication, we've got to introduce division because they will cancel out. Just like we introduced a square root because we had a square problem. Number 13, is that what you asked about, Ms. Williams? Sure, we know what you asked about.
That's for all of them.
Ask for all of them. Way too needy. All right, let's do number 13.
Sorry. I was gonna call you yesterday. I get it from my mom.
I never know you said that.
That's okay.
You see, you know I snitch, right?
Yeah, so did she.
Yeah, snitches get paid. Well, you see all those billboards everywhere. Anybody with any information they need to the arrest of this person, there's a reward. There's always a reward for snitches. Snitches get paid.
Happy New Year.
Okay, number 13. So now, hello? Now we're dealing with log base 6, right? So just like we were dealing with log base 10, we wrote this as 10 to the 1. Now it's log base 6 will be 6 to the 1, right? That. So, what do you mean by old guy? You're mad because I got skills, you ain't got none?
Of course. I don't know what's in the paper.
There's an addition here, so again we are multiplying. So the log base 6 of x times x plus 1. What do I have somewhere? Okay. This is equals to the log base 6 of 6 to the 1 is just 6, right? No, it's just a log. Just right.
Sorry.
Okay, so now, correct? So we can just deal with their arguments. So we got x times x plus 1, and we say that should give us a 6. So what do we do now? We distribute. So x squared plus, is that a 4?
6.
What's the 4?
What's 4?
Oh, somebody said 4.
What's the 4?
I don't know, Miss Will, I am. The fifth one. Yeah.
Maybe.
Right?
Not being scared. I'm just being.
Subtract 6,
thorough.
because now it's a quadratic, and I need it in the form, yep, ax squared plus bx plus c is 0. Michael Jackson, remember that? Remember the time? Do you? We're good?
He's asking.
So, x squared, we're going to bring them up into 1x in each of these parentheses. You get an x, you get an x, because that's the x squared. All right? Now, I need two numbers. When they multiply, they give me -6. And when they add up, they give me a positive 1.
3 and negative.
Negative 3 and 2. No,
No,
negative 2 and 3.
Okay.
Multiplying to get 6.
Right? Because -2 times 3 is -6. -2 plus 3 is +1. Which checks? Questions? So now I got two things multiplying to give me 0. Zero product property says at least one of them have to be 0. We don't know which one, so we're just going to check and see what happens if it's this one. If it is this one that's the 0, then what does x have to be to make this parenthesis 0? 2, right? Yeah, I put 2 here for x, 2 minus 2 makes it 0. If it is not this, if it is this parenthesis that's a 0, then what does x have to be? -3. I see people looking at me strange, so let's set it up. So here's what we're doing. Checking them one by one at a time. Law and order, mathematics. Right? It's not SVU, it's not law and order. It's CSI, matter of fact, I'm going to do CSI. Right? Not CSI New York, not CSI Miami, CSI BC. So, what if x minus 2 is 0? What if it's the first parenthesis? That's a 0. Well, then I got this. I got to add 2 to both sides. If this is true, then x is true. Well, what if it's this one that is the 0? Well, suppose that this is the 0. Then we got, and then we got a -3 because we got an addition problem. Well, if that is the case, then x better be -3. So these are my two answers. Some are two possibilities. X is either 2 or x is -3. Depending on who is the 0. We're good? Questions? Speak now, people. Yep, it was a class 1. See, I know I'm slow. So, and Microsoft Word, they helped me with that one because Word is a word, so it didn't go, I was going for work. W-O-R, I put an M instead of a K. All letters look alike to me. So, number 15. Anybody bobblehead that got stuck on 15?
I can see.
You just want me to work,
I
that's
want to
it.
see how you do it.
You just want me
I
to
saw,
do
I
work.
found something different.
You probably did.
That's all.
Okay, let me do this one and I give you your work. So log base 2 of x plus 4 is equal to 2 minus the log base 2 of x plus 1. Here is our question. Could we move all of the logs to one side? And the answer is yes. So this is a subtraction. whatever we do to one side. Okay. So I have log base 2 of x plus 4 plus log base 2 of x plus 1 is equals to 2, because this is now gone. All right? It's log base 2, so it's going to be 2 squared. What's 2 squared? Okay. We good? All right. So now from this end, we have an addition. So how do we condense it? It's a multiplication. So the log base 2 of x plus 4 times x plus 1 is equals to the log base 2 of 4. So now we just drop in this side, right? So we can say, if this is true, if the statement above is true, then this statement also ought to be true. Now what? Okay. So x squared plus x plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 4. Again, because it's a quadratic, we want to set it equal to 0. We subtract the 4. So this is x squared plus 5x, right? Plus 4 minus 4. Now what? Divide by what? Divide by what? X. Take out the x, because that's what they have in common. So, if this had x squared and I took out and they both give x each, this gives level 1x, right? What does this get level?
5.
Just a 5. So just like before, we still got to do things. It says x times this thing is 0. What if x is the thing that is the 0? What if it's this piece that's the first 0? Well, what will make this parenthesis 0? When x is 0, right? Yeah, it's gonna sound stupid, but that's it. That's the first option. And that's where everybody stopped when you give me the answer was 0. But this is wrong, right? It's a stereotype. I seen 2 kids, I seen 2 kids on my car, and my car was scratched, and I just went, it's you. They said, you're like, well, what happened to the little person, right? So let's check, what if it was this? Well, if it was this, then this x plus 5 is 0. What would x have to be for that sentence to be true? Minus 5. So x is negative 5. These are my 2 possibilities. X is out of 0, or X is negative 5. Those are the only two possibilities that make this statement true. Are we good?
Yeah.
Anybody with a question?
You wanna do 16?
I don't want to do anything. But I want you to do stuff for me. You got a long vacation coming up.
It's only a week.
Is it a week?
Yeah.
I'm talking about till Monday.
What?
What is he talking
I don't know
about?
what he's talking about.
Oh, trust me. You get a packet this thick for that spring break.
What?
I gotta keep you engaged. I do not want you to be bored and creating problems in the community. So, hey, listen up. Your work, the work that you need to do before you show up to me on Monday, I don't care what you're doing, whether it's in the cafeteria, whether it's on the bus home, or in the car going home, or you're just chilling when you're Netflix MF, or your Hulu MF, or whatever you're doing. This class 1/assignment, finish it. The rest of the problem.
Oh my God.
Oh, I could ask some more. Oh, okay. Black guy.